Hello and welcome to Consciously Awesome Living. I am your host, Sheila Applegate, and we are talking on the show about all things consciously awesome and how to create a life of awareness and consciousness and integration that allows you to tap into your most brilliant self and reflect that on earth. And today we are going to talk about Two Feathers, the spirit guide. And let me start by telling you a little bit about Two Feathers. So, Two Feathers is actually a spirit guide who lived on Earth not too long ago and now is guiding people from all over the world. Let me step back and tell you first about, if you haven't already taken the Who is My Spirit Guide from Consciously Awesome, the quiz, then I will have the link for you below. And Two Feathers is one of the spirit guides in that quiz. Now, there's something unique about this quiz, and that is that the Consciously Awesome team created it. The Consciously Awesome team of ambassadors, people who run Consciously Awesome Gnostic Adventures, in conjunction with the spirit guides who lead us through the program of transformation, came together and teamed up to create an online quiz that is actually infused with the spirit guides. So not only are you going through this little quiz and then seeing who your spirit guide is, who resonates with you in that moment, you're learning about them. And we asked each of the four spirit guides that are in that quiz to choose their own images, because you'll pick different images that you like and feel resonance with in that moment. And so we let them pick their image. We then had each of the team, a team member, channeled from the spirit guide their message for you. And also the artist used their tuning into them to create their images. So even though it's a little online quiz, it's actually brought to you by the spirit guides who are on it. So it's a team effort. And that is out in the world. And recently I got an email from someone who was saying, can you tell me more about Two Feathers? Because I took the online quiz, which should be, we expect online quizzes just to be silly and fun. But basically the email was saying, but my life has changed because this guide is with me, and I felt the guide before taking the quiz, and then saw the picture and read about him, and I just feel like this is real, and I feel the essence of him, but I can't find him online. I'm not finding things about him. That's because he is someone that is very personal to me, and that's how he ended up on the Consciously Awesome quiz. He is working with spirit beings. So this is actually my twin flame in spirit form. And my twin flame was on Earth during this lifetime and several others. And he was indigenous in this, at least in several of his lifetimes. We all go through different cultures in our lifetimes. But when he was still on Earth alive, I was doing a psychic healing fair, or I had a booth, and I went over to, there was someone there who was doing spirit drawings, and you would sit down with her and she would just draw what spirit told her to. And so she drew this image that is two feathers, and there's two feathers that come down on the side. And she didn't know the language, but she wrote the phonetics of I love you in my twin flames language. And So while he was still alive, he saw that image, he knew the name, and then he crossed to the spirit world several years ago and started working with people in the spirit world. And I have, so if you work with me, most likely you come into contact with Two Feathers because he's still teaming up with me from the other side. If you take Consciously Awesome, I think I know he's wanting me to give credit to him as the co-creator of Consciously Awesome. I give Zach credit for co-founding it as the structure of it and helping with the business side and the website and all of that. He's the right hand team of that, but Two Feathers actually helped to write it. So we'll give Two Feathers credit now for Consciously Awesome Gnostic Adventures. You can really feel his style. Two Feathers is full of life. I have run into people, my friends have run into people, clients have run into people who are being affected by Two Feathers even before they talk about him. The people are talking about how he has influence them, whether they know his name, the essence of him, or describe him. That is becoming more and more obvious. When this person wrote to me to learn more about Two Feathers, I thought, well, let me do a search and see what's out there. Are they talking about other Two Feathers? And when I did the search, what I came up with was a blog of someone who was talking about this Two Feathers and described the same personality, same look, same type of teachings. And it was someone, I have no idea who she is, but she had experienced him. And then all underneath it were comments from people from around the world who have experienced his teachings, his essence, and known him as a spirit guide. And the more I read the comments, I had to laugh because his physical life was woven right into it, what I know from his personality and what I know from his spirit. So I thought, well, if there's not enough out there and people are trying to find out about Two Feathers, let's get him out here. Let's tell a little about him and let's let him talk to you because he is finding the people. And he's also in, he shows up in a lot of films too and television shows. And the people who know his energy, know his essence, will laugh. If you've watched Reservation Dogs, I think it's called, which is a series that came out recently, the spirit guide in there looks, he's got the same Two Feathers, the same funny personality, and we just crack up every time we see a peek through of Two Feathers out there. But if you are working with Two Feathers, he is so loving, so filled with love, but he has what I would call coyote medicine. He does have bear medicine, literally from his last life. That is what he had when he was on Earth. But coyote medicine, if you know that, it's the trickster, right? He likes to spin you around, make you laugh. If you're too full of yourself, you're getting too serious about your work or about any kind of worrying topic, he will spin you around until you have to laugh at yourself and lighten your mood. And at the same time, he's right there to support you and love you and guide you and poke you, poke you to grow, right? Help you to see maybe the areas that you can expand and grow. Also, very connected to nature, of course, and helping you to remember to be connected, to be outside. And he will, you might just feel it as love. I mean, the deepest unconditional love, a great big bear hug, but also the underdog, right? Being there for the underdog, helping you to see the unseen people. I remember when he was alive and on Earth in this last lifetime, and we would be driving, he would just roll the window down and yell at people on the street as if he knew them, like as if they were his best friend that he hadn't seen in years. And people would look up kind of stunned and startled, and then just have these big grins on their face, and love just pouring out from him, because of the silliness and the greeting and the breaking out of whatever thoughts they were in that moment. So, and especially if somebody's head was down or they seemed like they were struggling in any way, he was right there to get them to laugh and come out of their bubble, right, and see the world around them. So, we're gonna take our break now, and then when we get back, I'm gonna just let him talk to you today, and you will get to hear him directly, and he'll tell you what he wants you to know.
Are you ready to take that first step towards true, unwavering inner happiness? Are you like thousands of people who have everything they need, not want, but need, and still can't seem to find happiness and fulfillment in their lives? If so, the Steps to Happiness show is for you. On my show, you will learn about the principles and practices that lead to true inner happiness. Because guess what? It isn't found in our external environment, but within ourselves instead. Together with my guests, we will explore the latest physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being practices, and together we'll advise you on the actionable steps you can take towards a happier, more fulfilled, authentic life. So I invite you to join me each week on Soulivity TV on the Steps to Happiness show with me, Teresa Greco.
Thank you for tuning in to Beauty and Gratitude with D'Angelo Thompson. That's me. We're going to focus on beauty from the inside out and gratitude being the cornerstone of your life. I will have amazing guests from all walks of life, from wellness experts to beauty, tech, fashion, you name it, they will be here. And we have amazing names coming up in the near future. So tune in every 2 weeks, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Soulivity TV or Soulivity Magazine. Thank each of you for watching, and focus on life, focus on gratitude. Thank you.
We work so hard sometimes. Isn't it time for a break? Take a walk or enjoy nature, or maybe a leap or a ride, or even a dip. Spending time with a friend, or some time alone. Whatever it is, always spend time growing and learning with a Soulivity weekend. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Soulivity TV.
6 years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Sheila, and I'm here with two feathers, and pretty soon we are going to be one being, which is kind of funny because we talk about that twin flame, and if you don't know about twin flames, we'll talk about it in another episode, but that's the two sides of the same soul, or that energy of expansion, one whole being. So as you know, Two Feathers is very close to my heart and my personality and all of who I am. We talked about him a little bit, and he is eager to talk to you. It's kind of like a shut up, Sheila, let's get on with this. I want the stage now. So I am going to close my eyes for a moment and just surrender in and allow him to speak to you directly through me as I expand my attention to be one with him. Dear Creator of all that is, I align myself now in all the frequencies of oneness, expanding my attention to include that soul essence that I know as Two Feathers, that he may speak through me today to all those who wish to listen, and I give thanks. Well, it's about time. I wanted to talk, and she just kept talking away because she likes to talk too. But I don't get as much time to talk now that I am here without a body, but I do get to be all over the place, and I do like that. And I really do enjoy that I can be here for you, and I can be all over the place and not just confined. I have to say that on Earth, not just in this last lifetime, but I've been around. I'd like to say, I always like to point out to Sheila that I've been on Earth longer than she has, but she's on Earth now, so maybe she'll catch up. Who knows? But I just want to say I have been on Earth for a very long time, and I've also been in spirit, and there are definitely benefits to both, and I hope that you are noticing that, because if you're listening to me now here in this form, then you are on Earth, and it is important to understand that there is something to be said for being on Earth that is so beautiful and can't be accessed when you don't have a body. So sometimes I pop into people's bodies, like hers, but sometimes others. So it's just, we like to feel that, and it's nothing to be nervous about. She's right. I do like to poke you, and I like to make you feel a little uncomfortable, because I think we grow when we're not comfortable, when we're feeling like stretched or pushed. I think that is important. I sometimes say that I just came to Earth to raise hell, and if I did it and others did it, I can tell you hell is raising right now on Earth. But you know what? That's not a bad thing, because the whole point of raising hell, meaning raising all that yuck that's been buried, and if you've been around a long time like I have, you know that there is a lot of skeletons in the world's closet, a lot of buried things that people have done over time, but we really shouldn't be too judgmental of it, because we were evolving as a humanity. And you know what? If you're on Earth now, there's two possibilities for who you are. You are either someone who has been on Earth a lot of times, and you've been around this block, and you've probably been on the other side of the coin. If you're feeling very peaceful right now and feeling like you're all inclusive and ready to accept everyone, chances are you were racist or something else in the past. Not just in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes. If you are a minority right now, there's a good chance that you are not in another lifetime, because as humans, we want to try it all. But by this point in our evolution, we've all been there and we've all tried it all. Or you are one of the new souls, those essences that are coming in, and they're just dropping right from our consciousness, the oneness that she talks about, that oneness that has everything in it. They're dropping down in a collective new drop that has the evolution of all of us in it, but is not remembering or connecting to individual past lives, but the new essence of who we are. So you're either one or the other. Either way, it's time to remember that it's all in you. It's either all in you because you've been through so many lifetimes that you've experienced it all, or it's all in you because you're a drop of oneness that has already experienced it. So it's time time now to remember that whatever you see outside of yourself is also inside of you. And so if you are pushing against something, if you are not enjoying something, if you are feeling threatened by something, it's because inside of you is a part of this, that raising hell. All of the stuff that is coming out around the world right now is being brought up for the collective, one being. We are one giant being as humanity, but it's also each individual. So you have a choice. Are you going to try to affect the masses by pushing against the masses, creating the same situation over and over and over, or are you going to turn inward? Are you going to resolve it within your own soul? Are you going to find the conflict and the solution, the harmony, the remembrance of all that you are? Let that hell come out of you. Let that buried emotion, buried memories, the buried essence of conflict that is within you, let it come out now, that it can be raised up and felt in a new way. When you resolve it within yourself, because you are still a part of oneness, whether you're going back in time to your ancient recollection of lifetimes, moving into the future to where you will be in another time, or you're simply blending with all that we are, inside of you is a connection to all things, and everything that you move beyond, humanity moves beyond. So you've got this, we've got this, but we need to do it with more fun. We're not enjoying the process anymore. And I'm telling you, life on Earth is pretty awesome. So it's time for us to stop fretting about the mundane things that have been cycling and cycling and cycling for thousands and thousands of years. The war for territory, like all over the place, and the power. There's no power in getting power on Earth. It goes away as soon as you leave your body. So how is that helping you? It's what you can learn, what you can experience, how you can move forward, and never think that your life is less than important, no matter what you're doing. There's such a freaking hierarchy in this world of who has value and who doesn't. And the truth is, some of the greatest masters are dogs. Some of the greatest masters are the people on the street who are homeless. You do not know. And even some of the greatest masters are what you perceive as your enemy, or the enemy of the people. We are all in this together. And when we remember that, we as a humanity can wake up. And that's pretty much what I'm about, is helping people to wake up and get sick of the stupidity of repetition that we have been going through forever. And on the same time, it's only been a drop. It's only been a little time. So I don't know if that's what you want to hear, or if you are looking because you are feeling sadness in your own heart. But I am telling you, you are loved. Yeah, I can be goofy at times. I can poke at you because I know that this society right now, humanity, must be poked. That giant that was buried has to be poked so it can wake up. It can wake up. It can change. It can be the truth, the true God that it is, the true creator, the true essence of who it is on earth. And we have to acknowledge the pain, because the pain is still within our DNA. Well, not mine, because I'm dead, but yours. It is in humanity's DNA. It is in humanity's DNA, and that pain has to be acknowledged. You can acknowledge it in yourself, you can acknowledge it in your loved ones, but when you acknowledge it in all of humanity, this burying the history of the United States or any country is stupid. It is stupid because you can't learn from what you don't listen to. You can't grow, and then you repeat it over and over. It's like pretending that if you don't tell yourself you have black hair, that you'll never have black hair. It's as silly as that. It is as silly as that. You are who you are. We are who we are. What we did when we did it, whoever did it back then, because you don't know what side of whatever conflict you were on back then in your soul energy or your soul family. Whenever we did it, whatever we did, we were doing the best that we could at the time. But now we know better. And how we know better is by listening. So if we want to learn, we have to listen. We have to see. We have to become street smart as well as educated, learning the truth, learning how to, as the trigger word for all people, critical truth, critical. Do you know what critical means? It means that you can figure it out. You have, whether it's street smart or education, you have the ability to see the truth, to understand the truth, to put things together. And everyone on earth has that possibility, that ability now, because you've either lived it forever or you have that drop of essence inside of you. We have access to all knowledge, and it's about time that we use it. So that's all I have to say for today, but I will be back. I give thanks to Two Feathers for all that he has said, for bringing his energy into this space, and I ask that we all can take within our own hearts that truth which resonates most with us in this moment and grow together as one. Well, that's Two Feathers. And that's just a tiny aspect of Two Feathers. So if you have any interest in bringing more fun in your life, more support, and at the same time, maybe some predicaments that will help you grow and make you laugh and challenge you, then you are welcome to just welcome him into your life. You know, I almost felt like I was doing one of those come to Jesus moments. Just ask him to come and he will be a part of your life. But anyway, Two Feathers is here to help whoever wants to be helped by Two Feathers. If you are interested in that quiz to find Two Feathers and the other beings who are on that quiz, I think I won't tell you the others yet, because if you haven't taken it, then you will be surprised and you will be able to just go through it and see who comes up and get to know them. The other three on the quiz that worked with us on it are more well known, but not to everyone. So we may look into that again in the future and explore some more. But I will have the link for you here so that you can go ahead and do that quiz. If you've had experience with Two Feathers, are realizing it now or already knew you did, please share that in the comments of this video as well when you are watching. And reach out to me on social media and share it also, because it's always fun to meet people who are having experiences with Two Feathers. I hope you have a brilliant day. Once again, let's keep evolving together, and I will see you next week.